Okay, one of the really difficult things to learn how to do is to identify trees when they're dormant. When they're fully leafed out, you've got a lot of clues. You've got a lot of things that you can look at that are easily recognizable. But when they're completely dormant, that's a whole different story. And if you really want to get good at taking care of trees, you have to learn how to identify a tree at all times of the year and all seasons. And the trees change. You'll have a time of the year when you'll have blossoms on the tree and you have to recognize the blossoms. It'll be fully leafed out and you can see it from a distance, but when it's bare naked and it doesn't have any real clear-cut evidence, that's when it's hard. But that's also when it's really most fun, because then you feel very accomplished when you look at a tree and say, oh, I know that tree, that's definitely an apple, or that's definitely an apricot. I'm talking about fruit trees now, because at this time of year, everything is just beginning to come into blossom. And I'm a little late on pruning some of my fruit trees, but a lot of them still have cut time. I've got to get to it. But I need to know what I'm working on, even when I can't tell by the leaves. So follow along, see how well you do. Okay, the same goes for other trees. Now, I think almost anybody can identify these trees because they have a very unique characteristic about them. The white bark. All right, what kind of trees are these? Everybody knows these. These are birch. These are actually European birch, white bark birch. Very common tree, but they stand out. They have a real distinct color to the bark. There's not too many trees that are bright white like this. And everybody seems to know what a birch tree looks like. But what about all these trees? All these trees are bare naked. A few of them are the same. A lot of them are totally different. Now I can walk through this yard and I can recognize and identify, I'm going to say 95% of all the trees in my area occasionally. And then there's a lot of trees that stay green year round. You can look at those and identify those as soon as you learn them, and they look pretty much the same most of the season, except when they have something unique happening, like seed pods, or sometimes you'll get little red berries developing, like on this California pepper over here. Here's an interesting one. This is it's one of the first ones to flower in my area. It's an Acacia belliana, acacia tree, in case you don't know what it is. And how about a stump? I mean, this is a tough one. Can you identify what kind of stump this is just by looking at the bark? I can. I know what kind of tree this is just by looking at it. That's an old almond tree. It just, it just speaks to me. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, yep, that's exactly what an old almond tree bark would look like. It kind of swirls quite a bit and has a deep furrowed characteristic. Okay, what kind of tree is this? Let's look at the clues. Let's look at all the little things. Right now, it's just starting to blossom. It's starting to come out. What do we got there? A little bit of fire blight. Notice the branch structure. Take a close look at the bark. Have you guessed yet? I'm going to go about 1 minute showing you the tree, and then I'll tell you what it is. Let's see if you know what it is. It does need to be pruned. A little bit of dead up there. Tip out there looks like it's starting to die back. Okay, we're at 45 seconds. I'm going to tell you at 1 minute. There's the blossoms just starting to come out. All right, here's another one. What kind of tree is this one? Let's look at all the clues. Still got some fruit on it. It hasn't started to blossom yet. Very congested tree. Really, really tight. All right, what's your guess? I'll give you a clue. When it blooms, it's beautiful. It gives lots and lots of flowers. Oh, there's one leaf coming out. It's just beginning to start to leaf out. Identifying trees when they're dormant is a lot more difficult than when they have all their leaves on them, because some of the easy ways of identifying a tree are not present. However, If you get good enough and really get skilled enough, you can look at a tree and recognize all the characteristics about it, including the way the branch structure is, what the bark looks like, the size of the tree, and always look for clues. You can look on the ground. Sometimes there will be fruit on the ground, or seeds, or pods, or something, and that'll help you out. Okay, this is a flowering crabapple. Alright, what kind of tree is this? This one should be fairly easy. This one's very common in our area. It's just now starting to open up with all of its blossoms. Beautiful blossoms. This tree is known for its flowers. Let's take a look at the bark. Alright, this is a whole new idea on a type of video that I'm doing. It's about educating people in learning their trees. If this is something that you enjoy and something that you want to know more about, let me know and I'll do more of these. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe. That's what keeps this channel growing.